I actually don't hate the way he has his Nintendo 64 set up. It's actually pretty good. Today we've got the 128 gigabyte Batocera 31 Neon Raspberry Pi 4 Klebino build, and it will be in a different language to get started. So you just go over to System Settings, change your language over here. It's going to be in a different language, but just go to the second to last item, second item here in System, and you'll find it. I also turned up the background music here because it had a bunch of dubstep. You want to experience the dubstep? There you go. And what we're about to see here is Batocera is a great front end. It's just super clean. It runs really great. In my opinion, some of the builds as far as the themes actually run better than like a RetroPie image might. Just like, when you're scrolling and things, it just seems to be a little bit more tight in my opinion. That being said, though, there's a lot less themes to choose from as opposed to Raspberry Pi, RetroPie. There's a lot of pros and cons, but Batocera is definitely a good front end. I was one of in my top three for the Raspberry Pi 4, number one. And then number two, this is 128 gigabytes, so it's really cool for me to review these because it's kind of like, in my opinion, the perfect sweet spot from how much, they got light gun games, nice. Perfect sweet spot from the cost of an SD card, but also how long it's going to take you to download these things. Now, I'm going through a lot of collections here, and you can turn these off later. So let's get to the systems. And it's got something like, 28, 29 systems. It's got all the systems, up to from Amiga, Daphne, Dreamcast, Naomi, Atomis, wait, you name it, PSP, PS1, all your Nintendos, all, it's got all that stuff, right? Which is pretty standard, but it doesn't have every single full collection. So we'll take a look at some of the games, especially some of the bigger, systems that take up a lot more space. Like 3DO, there's only 10 games. We got little sounds here too. The theme is really nice. Nothing too special. But I think where this one is, you're going to want to see as we dive into it, is just, which games did they include, and then download size, things like that, changing the language. Other than that, it's just pure unadulterated retro gaming fun for such a cheap system like the Raspberry Pi 4. Up, down, left, right, start, select, A, B, X, Y. All right, let's get started here with all games. You got this nice video snap on the right side. You even got Klebino. He's got his little logo there in the upper right corner. So he made a lot of these graphics himself. Pretty cool. So 16,000 games for 128 gigabytes. I started talking about this image because, like I mentioned, 128 is kind of the sweet spot. So 16,000 games will keep you busy for sure. What I want to do is just go from the systems. These are all collections. You could turn these off over in UI settings. You should be able to go ahead and change, how things are sorted, and game collection settings. You can go ahead, and the systems are on there, but custom game collections. I can just go ahead and go scroll all the way down to the bottom here. And some of you guys like these what this will do is this is creating these menu items here. And so I'm just going to scroll all the way down and do select none, and then go back. And then now you can even create your own new ones. Like, this is pretty cool about this. And so now it should be a lot less scrolling, right? It just has systems now. None of these other stuff. Well, Prince of Persia is still there. Oh, you could even just change your systems here if, like, you don't like to play Virtual Boy. I mean, although it's still there and it's taking up hard drive space or SD card space, it just kind of cleans up your menu a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and start at the top of the alphabet here. You have MAME. You also have Capcom Classics, which are your CPS 1, 2, and 3 games. MAME, if you notice here, there's a little folder at the top, hacks. So you go into the hacks folder. There's 3 little hacks here. And do they have videos? Wow, and they even have video snaps. That's impressive. Usually people don't pay much attention to the hack games over here. And then as far as total arcade games, 1,063. So those are going to, Zombie Raid, great to see the light gun game here. It's missing the video snap though. You do have these clicking sounds. I kind of want to actually get rid of them. I think a lot of you are going to get So navigation sounds, let's turn those off. Some of you might get a little annoyed. So you got the verse games from Nintendo, Vigilante. So a good mix. Ultimate Mortal Kombat, I guess. Yeah. So you got a little bit of everything. He even has those custom screens there. Neo Geo, you have a total of 112 hacks. You got another like 8 or so, 8 or 9. Pretty cool. You can see his artwork. Look, he moved his artwork around. You see the differences. Small little details. Atomic Wave. You got 12 games. Pretty standard. You might want to overclock with this. I forget, do they give you system settings? You might have overclock, be able to overclock in... there you go, overclock. I missed it. So there you go. You can easily just overclock your system. I might recommend doing this, especially if you're going to be playing Atomic Wave, for example. Naomi runs pretty good stock, but again, it might benefit a little bit from 57 games. It might benefit a little bit from the overclock. So you got a little system there. The logo changes. The players changes. I'm looking at the right side of your screen right now. By the way, Monkey Ball, totally fun game. Play that game. It's awesome. Toy Fighter, Virtual Tennis, Zombie Revenge. Open board, you got 70. Pretty big collection. I'm not going to go into that. You guys, it's going to have most of your main ones. 3DO, only 10. Road Rash 3DO, one of the best Road Rash versions, really good. Amiga 1200, I'm not going to go into these. 1500. I don't play a lot of these games, but I know a lot of you, my viewers, do like them. 68 Amiga CD games. It's going to have your Turrican and all your, your standard games that you come to expect. Amstrad CPC 357, Atari Lynx 75. I skip a lot of the portable systems as well. 478 on Atari, that's pretty much all of them. 5200, 72, that's pretty much all of them. 7800, 59, 800. Oh, a lot of images don't have the 800, so that's cool to see. 137, and as well as Atari ST, you got 260. Game Watch probably around 50 something. Oh, 43. Okay. Game Boy, all of them. Game Boy Color, all of them. Game Boy Advance. Let's go in really quick, see if they have any hacks here. So no hacks on the Game Boys. There's quite a few hack games for some of the Game Boy systems. So all the Game Boy Advance. Virtual Boy, probably the 22. Yeah, that's all of them. Nintendo. Okay, that's all of them plus hacks. There's got to be hacks in here or something. Not a game. Because that's a lot at 1200. It should be like closer to 1000. So you probably maybe some Portuguese games in there, or some Family Computer System games in there. Yeah, see, like Woody Poco. Family Computer Disk System, or I'm sorry, Famicom games in there. Family Computer Disk System 217. SNES is going to be a lot, I bet. Another 1000. Okay, so you do have Portuguese games, and you do have hack games in here as well. Nintendo 64. 244, that's pretty much all of them. Oh, and you had a couple hacks in here. Hey, you got the Dragon Ball Z cart. And Super Smash Brothers Remix. Nintendo DS. Okay, this is another system you don't find all the time, 280. I'm actually quite impressed with the selection on this image. PlayStation 150. Not sure if it'll be on here or not. The audio will be on here or not. So Brazilian games. And Portuguese. So a lot of people don't like that about some of these images, that there is so many, Portuguese games. They're like, well, I'm never going to play those. Especially my viewers, mostly from the UK or the Americas or, Canada. And so I get it. They're not taking up that much space. I did review a Batocera image just like, I want to say, a month ago. It's also on Arcade Punks. I want to go through the PlayStation games really quick for you guys. It was on Arcade Punks. And this one, you might be wondering, well, how do they compare? That last one, I believe you're going to get a lot less Portuguese stuff if you're looking for that. However, just looking at the game collection here, it does have Pepsi Man, by the way. Just looking at the game collection here, very different collections. Like this one definitely has a lot more of those Atari ST, Amiga, that kind of thing on it. But yet, this is kind of a weird image to me because a lot of times when image makers focus on those types of games, they kind of ignore like the newer stuff that the Raspberry Pi will make, like like Naomi, Atomic Wave, N64. So 273 on the Game Gear, SG 1000, 75 Master System, 306 Mega Drive is probably going to be similar thing to like SNES. You're going to have your hacks, you're going to have your Portuguese games, and then you'll probably have your imported games in there as well, or exported depending on where you are. Sega 32X, we've got 34, all of them. Sega CD, only 8. Okay, so they're saving a lot of space right here. So no Terminator. If you're a Sega CD fan, probably not an image for you. Dreamcast, we've got 35. Let's see that. And remember, we got Naomi over there. A lot of those games are on Naomi, like Virtual Tennis, things like that. So just keep that in mind. When you add this plus the Naomi, you got about like 100 games. Okay, this is interesting that Sega Saturn was put on here. In my opinion, it's not the way to play Sega Saturn, but it's here. I've way preferred on a PC, just for performance reasons. 4,000. Okay, so there's 4,000 games right there. So now this image is only like a 12,000 instead of 16,000. Keep that in mind. Coleco, all of them. Daphne. What do we got? We got 3. Easy RPG. Okay, cool. This could be fun. I don't see this very often. I don't think I've played any of these games before, but they look like kind of like SNES style RPGs. GX 4000. Well, how many do we have? 25. Intellivision. 118. MSX. Wow, when does this end? 87. MXS2. 569. Neo Geo Pocket. 10. Neo Geo Pocket Color. 38. PC Engine. 284. CD-ROM. 5. PCFX 2. Scum VM. So this is where 18, I don't know if this is going to be in Portuguese or not. So that's another thing that kind of sucks about that. But I really don't play them very much anyways. So one Prince of Persia game. Got the Solaris Zelda games. Look at that DeLorean. Super Graphics 5. Vectrex 23. Wonder Swan Color, Sharp, and then back to Cody. These are all pretty standard what you get there. So favorites, he's got the original Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2 Remix. All right, so you do want to redo your controls. My Xbox 360 controller was not working when I first booted this game. Come on. You can see the bezels cutting off this game just a little bit. You can move that if you want. It's not a huge deal. You do seem to have the bezel project installed. And let's see how this game goes. Ooh, look at that double hit. Come on, bro. Ooh. Dawson with his reach. Damn, Dawson. Give me a break here. Come on, Dawson. Ooh. It's over, ladies and gents. There we go. Damn, with the one punch. Who's in the shower over there? Whew. Come on, throw him. Throw him. Damn, those combos, bro. So as you can see, this game's running okay. It's just not amazing. It's not perfect by any means. Cool little game though. Get out of my kitchen. Power up, power up, power up. Jump, 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 jump. Whoo! Yeah, boy. Evil. Oh, did I shrink? That's so funny. Take that! I actually don't hate the way he has his Nintendo 64 set up. It's actually pretty good. It's full screen. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that. How do I go back? I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, but it looks not too bad. Like, I know it's at a lower res, but it's running great. And remember, I'm not overclocking here. All right, so let's go ahead and there's definitely some smoothing going on here. Oh, did I hit the right button? Okay, so final thoughts while I do this. It's actually, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, and you can easily change all this stuff at your own. Woo! Too much. All right, so final thoughts on this image. You know, it's Portuguese. Keep that in mind. That's the big downside. There's going to be some games that are irrelevant to you. You know, you have changed the language, but as I show you in this video, it's not too hard to get around. It is the sweet spot as far as, size-wise. It's booted up on first boot. No issues whatsoever with the file itself. Oh, we both got hit. No issues with the file itself. Huge collection of stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think some of it's a little, if you don't play like Amiga and stuff like that, and then the Portuguese games on top of all that, if you're not using that, then I can see why people might not want to grab this one. But it is a recent version of RetroArch or of Batocera with latest cores of RetroArch and things like that. So, for those reasons, it's decent. I think it's a contender. Would it make my top 3 128s? No. Would it make my top 3 Batocera 128s? Maybe towards the end there. So definitely something to consider. A lot of hard work being done with the artwork and things like that. The customization and huge collection, like I said. So that's where this one sticks. I had fun. With this one. It was fast. I like Batocera a lot. So for those reasons, I'll give it a B plus. Most of it just being, if I was a Portuguese native, or Brazilian native, or I spoke Portuguese, this would be number one. This would be like one of my number one 128 gigabyte images at the current. So that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.